Hey guys, it's Tommy CM. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Park Spotlight. Today's Park Spotlight is the first PS5 park I've looked around. Now, this park is at 99% on a PS5. A PS5 tends to have about a third of the size bigger than a PS4 in terms of the build counter. So when you're building on a PS5, you can get to about 66% for people on PS4 to be able to view your park. But then after that, only people on the PS5 can witness it. So yeah, this is obviously a very detailed park. You can see by the size of it how big it is. This park is called Eden Gardens and was created by Ian Matty. He's a YouTuber. He has done a sort of Let's Play series on this park. So I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below, and you can go and check that out and see how all of this came together. The description he's put for this park says, updated for the final time, added a few tiny items for realism, no more, leave it alone now Matty. Updated with a small reduction in piece count for smoother running as frame rate was an issue before. Added Walk of Fame by main entrance, many familiar names. Welcome to Eden Gardens, situated in the small fictional town of Eden. Enjoy our selection of 4 coasters and 5 flat rides with a monorail and tour bus to get you around the park. Don't fancy a theme park? Why not visit Eden Parish or try your hand at fishing by visiting the fishing lake outside the park. The project took 3 months and consists of 32,000 pieces. Special thanks go to Tommy P, Tommy CM, that's me, Planet Pipcam, Moomin Little Socks and M&J Games and many others for their help, support and advice whilst making this park. To see a full park tour or to see me make the park, check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/iron_matty. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy your visit to Eden Gardens. So yeah, I mean, as you can see there is a heck of a lot of design gone into this, and just looking from the outset here, there's a lot of things in here that you wouldn't normally find, especially on a console park, just because of the space they take up. Especially if you're on on a PS4 or Xbox One, you're kind of limited for size, so you may not decide to put in some elements just because of the space they take up. So yeah, really excited to look at this park. What I do want to do first is I just want to flick to nighttime just to see what the park looks like as an overview. So there you go, really nicely lit. There's some studio spotlights going about there. I can see some flashing at the back there, lots of different colours which I like. I also like in the car park here that the trees are all lit up. That looks very nice. It's doing wonders for my OCD. That is the way those trees are all lit up. Yeah, we will flick back to daytime for now, and then we shall continue with having a look. Now, I'm trying to work out where to start with the car park. I may come over to this. Can we go to that corner? Or do we start in this box down here? So we've got like a bus stop there, which I quite like. That's quite a nice little thing. I'm just going to peek behind here. I don't know if I should. Oh, okay. I don't think I should go behind there. I think that is that's the station for the little tour bus ride that seems to be floating about. There's a big queue for that. I think everyone coming in is going to that queue, and it's full at the minute, so they're walking through. But yeah, we'll leave that. We'll pretend that's not there, and we'll just start from this section. So we'll have a wander down the road system. I mean, one thing here, the car park straight away is just it's a fantastic build. The size of the car park as well. It would be brilliant if the guests could turn up to the parking cars rather than just walking out of the tunnel. Unfortunately, they can't do that, and so you have to kind of work around it. But no, in terms of in terms of the car park design, I love it. I love the trees, and the planters they've got in the middle of the parking spaces there. All the different cars. It's not like just a one car being copied over and over again. There's lots of different cars going on. Just wondering why there's a queue for this. Is it broken down in here? Is that why we're waiting? There's a massive queue here for the studios tour ride. I'm assuming there must be a reason for that. But this ride does tend to get you all the way around the car park. I assume anyway. It would go, you know, sort of around the road system and take you back to the main entrance down there. We will have a look at that at the end. I'm assuming that there is just some sort of breaking down excuse for that not running at the minute. But there's a lot of guests on there, so obviously it is running. But yeah, we shall make our way in and we'll have a look at that towards the end, and hopefully it is sorted by then. So down at the main entrance here, I don't think I'll miss anything on this road, have I? So in a park this big, do forgive me if I miss a little bit. Oh no, I have missed something. See, it's a good job I checked. Do forgive me if I do miss any bits of detail, because it is such a big park. Nice little church building. That, I mean, that is really detailed and nice. That is. I'm assuming there's just empty in there. We've got a nice little cemetery next to it. I mean, it's a bit of a noisy scene for a cemetery. You know, people usually get laid to rest in in the Garden of Rest, don't they, or the Garden of Peace? But I don't quite think next to a roller coaster would be peaceful. But I love the design of it. I love the idea as well. It is definitely, and I can guarantee hand on heart, that this is the first graveyard I've seen on Planet Coaster. So yeah, really cool idea that is, putting that in. And the time is spent to detail all this area out for a section of the park that no guest is going to come to. It just looks really nice, doesn't it? Because it looks like, as you said, because it's built in a fictional town, that I imagine is sort of on the edge of the town. So that's where that sort of idea comes from, is putting that there. So yeah, really like the idea of like linking to the town like that. Anyway, enough rambling on. Let's actually get into the park now. So Eden Gardens, nice little sign. I love the is that a whole Ferris wheel sign? Oh yeah, is it? Yeah, spooked wheel lit. I didn't even know that was a sign. You know, that's a nice one. Oh, here's the Hall of Fame. There's me, and many other people that you may recognise. I'll just float over some of these, whether you know them from sort of Discord groups or community groups for Planet Coaster, or from YouTube, as a lot of these, will be. And yeah, I'm sure you'll recognise at least some of these names. Go over here just for missed any. And there we go. So is it nice little touch, that is, putting a link to people in there, because the one good thing about this game is there's a lot of sort of community feel about the users on it, because we have the workshop and we can share everything with each other. It just makes it a really nice sort of feel where you can share ideas and stuff. So yeah, it's a really nice touch, that is. I love these bus stops. I think they're great, and the coaches there. This looks really realistic as well for an entrance, having this signage here. In terms of the entrance, if you've watched my other spotlights, you will know I love having a train or some sort of vehicle. I think in one I did the other week for Sonny Matic's Island Expo, he's got the people mover going across the entrance, and just having that transport ride going across there always, to me, looks fantastic. So yeah, if you want a thumbs up from me, that is definitely one element to certainly put into your park. So we've got the sort of 5 entrances down here into the middle of here. A nice little fountain. Some really nice water effects there. That's one thing to do. I mean, the fountains in this game, you're very limited on size. They're all the same size. You can't like stack fountains. So one thing to sort of bring your fountains to life is do what Matty's done here and put a load of rocks and foliage and water effects around it, just to make it a bit more sort of exciting. I love these ideas. I mean, I don't know if you've been inspired by anyone with these ideas, but these little like canopies over the information shops, I think they're fantastic as well. So up here, I'm assuming gets you to the monorail station. I mean, we'll have a look at that at the end. Oh, what else we got up here? Some food and drink shops, a staff building, first aid. I mean, that's a really nice little entrance plaza. It's really well hidden actually from down below. You don't realise that's all up there, but yeah, really to blend in a station as well as the shops. And I love the wall design here as well. Having the thin bits of glass as a sort of as a sort of balustrade there, and then the it's just a really cool entrance sort of plaza design that is. So we'll go through here. Oh, I remember him telling me he's named these mascots after creators. So I'll have to try and search. I believe he's named one after me. I'll have to go and search me out. We've got more shops down here. Plenty of places for people to purchase things, and by putting loads in, you avoid getting massive queues. People just tend to queue like that rather than massive crowds. Can I just say, I hate this mascot. The most annoying mascot on the game. This little cow that jumps around on its udders. Yeah, moo min little socks. Yeah, great choice. But yeah, absolutely hate that cow. Put it in one of my parks and it just did my head in. Right, we shall get going in. There's just so much to look at in the entrance. I mean, these, the trees, the water here, there is so much to look at. And it's even got a behind the scenes here, like staff only. We've got vehicles, pipes, look. Pipes all going into ground. And is it, down to the details of the hazard signs. You can't ask for much more in terms of realism there. You got a crashed out Studios tour van. Loads of boxes, loads of newspapers, rubbish. I love it. Absolutely love seeing stuff like that. It just shows really good attention to detail. Right, we are at our first ride, which is called Dragon Heart. Lovely height check on there. And it's even got the writing, the lines for the writing that you'd find on those sorts of things as well. So I mean, let's just have a look at the height there, trying to work out if anyone's trying to get on there too small. I think they're just right. So yeah, we'll go on Dragon Heart. It's a nice way to hide them horrible cylinders. Is putting this sort of metal. What piece is this? Just coaster supports. Putting that around there as an entrance. Metal fencing and rocks here. And we will go up. You know what, I'm going to pause that so I can hop on that train and then I don't have to miss it. So Dragon Heart. It's a junior coaster. And there are the stats. There are the results if you are interested. And I shall hop in. Where I'm going to go. I'm going to go front bumper because I don't like the dragon's head being in my way there. So I'm going to go there. Let's go. Dragon Heart. There we go. That was Dragon Heart. Nice little junior coaster there. There's no massive drops, I don't think, because this first one is the biggest drop. So, if in terms of ratings, if you're trying to get that higher, maybe do a bit of a bigger drop down here, and and then come back up a little bit. But I like the idea that it's, you know, how high it is. I'm glad it went around twice, because when it first came in I was thinking, oh wow, that's a short coaster. But the 2 laps certainly make sense. I mean, 2 laps is sort of standard for a junior coaster anyway, so yeah, really nice little start that is. I love the lockers here. The lockers always look good. You know, lockers there, and then you got a place for bag storage here, using the railing again, as I've seen some other people using their parks. So yeah, it's just a really nice, effective way to, and it kind of fills out the station as well a bit. It just, you know, it gives it that extra bit of you know, bit of scenery, just to make it a bit more realistic, really. So yeah, that is Dragon Heart. The whole area around here with the rocks and the water, etc., looks really nice. You've paid a lot of attention to the terrain. We'll go down the exit and we'll come back up here. Nice little seating area, so if you are waiting off the ride, you can go, just sit down there and wait for your family. And then we go down here to a lot more shops. Cosmic Cow. Nice little play park. Love seeing people create stuff like this. Some really, you know, some really unique inventions come into play here. And you know, when you start looking at how people have put things together, you know, and you start picking up on the little pieces and stuff, it really does show you, you know, what people can do in this game. You've got a little roundabout there as well. Yeah, so I'm a massive fan of the little play parks. Lots of little seating. We have one of these, what do you call these again? Insanity, that's the one. I always forget what Planet Coaster called them. I believe one of these used to be at Alton Towers in the UK. This was, they had a ride called Submission there, which was very similar to this. And then I believe Drayton Manor in the UK still has one of these. I did go on Submission once, and it was very uncomfortable. The ride, it didn't make me feel ill or anything, but it was just very uncomfortable. But yeah, nice little flat ride there on the edge of the water. Insanity there, nice use of the signage. We've got the Garbro. Nice little trampolines. Did you use the electric cables for the... I mean, I'd like to think they are the trampoline harnesses and they're not the electric cables to electrocute the guests on there. £12 for 10 minutes? £12 for 10 minutes? That is daylight robbery. This guy, no wonder you've got no one on it, mate. That is daylight robbery. £12. I'm having words, Matty. That's... You got to drop that down to six at the most. Fine, kids, they won't be in on that. I don't want to get lost in this part. For example, I almost didn't see this Enterprise down here. I almost didn't see that. Where on earth is the entrance to that? Underneath here. So where's that coming from? Everything's just so well hidden and so well blended together. Ah, sawmill. I like that as well. That's a really cool effect with the sign. Having that pop out and having the L there as if it's been cut off. I love that. That's brilliant. This is what I'm worried about. I'm worried that I'm going to miss something, so I'm going to have to keep zooming out and make sure that I'm not missing anything. But yeah, the signage for Sawmill there looks fantastic. Right, we got to the trampolines, and I'm going to keep going left because I always go left in these. Spotlights. So if I keep going left, I won't miss anything. That's my thinking. That's the key for those studio cars. We're at another height check. There's a nice little toilet block there. Height check. What's this for? Mountain dive. Right. Let's go and hop on. I like your use of these like windows here with like the half height windows. I've noticed you use them quite a bit. I do. I've not really used them much myself, and they do look really nice. So this Mountain Dive, it is a hybrid coaster. green stats all across the board. There's the results, and we will hop on to mountain dive. There we go. That is mountain dive. I love how much that sort of sticks to the mountain terrain. I mean, look, just looking at the track there from the overview, you can't really see much of it because it's all hidden. So yeah, I love how much that kind of blends in, and the fact that you can't really see the track. And you sort of go on a journey through it. And you've also got paths going over it. I noticed there was a mind your head sign and stuff like that. So anything like that, just to add that extra little bit of element, and there's a lot of like head chopper elements like this going over it. I mean, that drop there sat along the terrain is really nice as well. I'd be interested to know if you built the track and then built the terrain underneath it. So whether you built that drop and then raised up the terrain, or whether you built the terrain and took the track around it, if you get what I mean. I imagine with the tunnels you built the terrain over the track, but for stuff like that, it'd be interesting. And it's nicely decorated as well with the trees and the plants around there. So yeah, I do like that. That's a really nice sort of hybrid coaster. It's not too long as well. It's not too long and like overdone. It's not like massive and in your face. It just kind of blends in really nicely. Tomb Flumer. That's an interesting name, Tomb Flumer. I thought I was going to say Tomb Raider then for a second. That's the monorail station, isn't it? So Tomb Flumer. Going into nice use of the the animatronics here. I imagine the electricity bill in this park is going to be definitely up there with the amount of animatronics going off. Go through here. There is a fast pass queue, so I'm just going to go away from all these peasants and go on the fast pass myself for free. There's the station. Again, just filling out the station with the lockers there, with the barrels and the sandbags, the sugar. This is all you've got to do. Just put a few little decorations in like that, and it brings your station to life. And having these vines always work as well. So yeah, we will go on to Tomb Flumer. There's the stats if you're interested for a log flume. I don't really know how many people are interested in stats for log flume, but there we go. And we shall find the boat in the station. That one that's just left. And we want look forward for a log flume because of the best view. So yeah, this is Tomb Flumer. what a really good log flume that is. It's the whole theme blends really well. I love how it's built around this this mountain here, and it all blends in, you know, with the waterfalls. So much like smoke and mist coming off it. The vines in here, you know, that you've got to think that all of that you have to sit in peace and add in, and the flames going up the hill there. Everything just blends in really well. I don't want to be picky, Matty, but you need a T in that, I think, for adventurer. But that's the first thing. That's the first thing I'm going to give you as criticism is that you have not got a T on that sign for adventurer. Other than that, absolutely love that. Really good little log flume. Yeah, I thought, you know, as I say, I thought the track was really good. A lot of different bends going off, a lot of things to look at. The water effects around here again, and the rocks are really good, really well used. A nice use of the fencing as well. That's called it signage. I also like the camera. The camera looks really good. I don't know if there's a way that you can whether you can make like a flash or anything. I don't think there is there? But yeah, the camera is good. That's always a nice little bonus. It's one of the things that I miss from the old Roller Coaster Tycoon days. Is being able to put an on-ride photo on the rides. So hopefully Planet Coaster could add that at some point. Alright, so we are at the edge of the park this side. So we shall go straight forward down here. Careful not to get lost in these trees. You got like double fencing here. That's commitment, having the, because the thing is as well with the fencing, if you're gonna only have one fence, you need the fence to match both themes. So I think what he's gone for is having the wooden fencing on this side, and then obviously as a log flume you wouldn't want that wooden fence, so you want these sort of, you know, the stakes instead. So I do like what he's done there. He's kind of used both to match each side. Well, this looks like a queue line. I don't know what for, but it's a queue line of some sort. It's to the monorail. It's an underground monorail in the rocks. So the monorail, I'm just seeing where it goes over here. So it goes all the way over the log flume and back round to the entrance that we saw earlier. So, right, so that is the monorail entrance. So we will go back down here and we'll go over this bridge. Nope, toilet block, maybe not. I just want to make sure I'm not missing a path down the back anywhere. I don't believe I am, so I'm going to go back down this way, swoop through the trees, and we'll go up the hill to a really nice viewpoint there. I mean, this is good. If you, he's obviously put a viewing point in as well, so that guests will come up here. But from here, you know, you can see the you can see the mountain coaster that we went on earlier. You know, you can see all the trees and the scenery around there. You see the log flume in the distance, and you can also see another coaster over there that we have yet to go on. I do like it when people put viewpoints like that in. I do think it looks quite good. If you find a good angle and you can do that, it does certainly look good. Right. There's Insanity. There's a stupid mascot again. Get out of the way. Honestly, this cow is just the most annoying thing. Who's this? Yeah, that's just a normal name. I still need to find my mascot, but I'll have a look at the end. Not this marshmallow man. No, I would have clicked on him. That's ads. Eden Restaurant. How do I get to the Eden Restaurant? I'm assuming that's on the other side. So we'll go around here. This is a nice little backdrop. You know, you could come into the park there and have your photo taken. That's a nice little welcome. So this is the Eden Restaurant with menus outside. I love the design in here. Best bit of scenery in the game, as I always say, is the Scavola. I love the effect that has, especially on wood. That and wood together, you can't beat it. And then nicely sort of separated benches in here. I like the half brick wall. It's using the firehouse corner roof. Well, it's like an upper wall bit into corner, but using that really well with the benches, and then having the sort of takeaway outlets there with the toilet block. Even got a bauble in there ready for Christmas. More back of house stuff. You know, if realism is your thing, then this is one to take note of. He's even got a whole truck there full of full of rubbish bags or garbage bags. So it's the stunt fall dumpster. So yeah, you just putting stuff like that in doesn't add anything, but you know, what's that going to take you? 15-20 minutes to just put a few of those items in, and just look how realistic it makes things look. You know, that's what you got to think, is just the little bits of detail like that. And then he's even got sort of like generators and stuff on the roof as well. I love the glass roof as well. I think that looks really nice. And then outside you got another viewing area. Again, some nice shots of the coaster as it comes over. So we'll come out of the Eden restaurant and we will go left and we get to Hurricane. Height check. Oh, I think all these people are just about tall enough. They're very close. They're very close. So yeah, Hurricane. Let's where are they going? Where's this queue go? Down here. Goes underneath. We'll just go through this fencing, and then we go up, and we are in the station, and it's a stand-up coaster. There's the lockers for this one. Stand-up coaster, green stats across the board. There's the results. I'm going to pause it so I don't miss the train. And there we go. So this is Hurricane. There we are, really nicely laid out. I love the sort of keeping it compact in there. I mean, it's a really tight area to keep a coaster, and I would say the ending is probably a little bit. It's probably the only bit of the park I've seen at the minute that is not relatable to a real life theme park. Just the way that train's ending there. I mean, they're still like halfway up the hill. But obviously trying to keep it compact in there on a train like that is very difficult. I mean, the coaster itself, I love the stats, obviously all green, and I don't know how you would do it other than sort of carving into the wall and then bringing it out a little bit. I don't know, or just make the train a little bit shorter. But I do love it. I love stand-up coasters. We do have one in the UK at Drayton Manor, Shockwave. And a stand-up coaster, if you've never been on one, is just something completely different. The feeling of it is just so bizarre. But I love the layout, the inversions and the twists, and how much it kind of comes back on itself. I think looks absolutely great. I love the size of the vertical loops there as well. I think they look great. And but yeah, keeping it compact in there is a nice idea. And then again with the viewing point, he's really good at putting in these viewing points. And you know, and putting these in as well to get the guests to come out here is just a way to do it. But yeah, so that is Hurricane, which, fun fact, used to be one of my favourite WWE wrestlers was Hurricane. I used to love him if anyone was ever into WWE. Anyway, we'll crack on for that, and we get down to Wasp's Nest. There's the height check for this one. You don't have to be very tall for this one to get on that. Oh, this guy's a little bit too short though. Unlucky. So yeah, this is Wasp's Nest. I love the use of the hazard strip behind the sign. I think as well, putting big signage like this for your coasters is definitely the way to make it a big, bold, attraction. So, definitely in real parks they would spend money on custom signage like that to sort of make it stand out. So yeah, it's definitely the way to go. We'll go through the queue line here. I mean, I love that a lot of the park is using this terrain like this, and a lot of it is spent underground, which is a really nice way to do it. And it must have been, you must have had a lot of fun with the terrain tool, but it definitely works, I think. I love how it's all built into each other. Yeah, again, keeping the consistency with the stations, with the lockers there on the right. You've got the exit sign over there, and the yellow and black theme, the yellow and black lighting here, I think looks really good as well. There's the stats. He's 0.01 off getting green on excitement, so I'll let him off on that. Little bit high on the vertical G-force on 8. So I'll have a look, see what that is. But I mean, there's guests still coming on. As I always say, that the guests don't actually bother with the G-force. That's just for real life. So yeah, the guests are coming onto the rides. That's all you really want. So yeah, we'll have a go on Wasp's Nest. I love that. I know the G-force is at 8, but I personally think the layout and the idea and the theme of that is probably my favourite one in the park. The way that's been built around the terrain, I think, looks fantastic. I think the use of this coaster in there, I think, is a perfect type as well to be in here. You've got another on-ride camera there. But yeah, really nice use going around there, and there was a flash there. There was a flash, so there may have been one of the log flume that I missed for the camera. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, yeah, I really like the way it goes in and out of the different caves here. Even the monorail goes through here as well. Look, there's so much interaction. I think in terms of the G-force, the reason why it's high is like bends like that, where there's not really much banking on there. I mean, in terms of in terms of why it might be a bit high, we'll just have a look here at previous run data. Oh, I've come off the menu. There we are. Heat maps. See, that's why the lateral's high, is on that bend. The vertical, so if we go inside, you're looking at drops like this down here, where you go straight back up. And then into a loop there, so that's where you're getting the big numbers. But as I say, it's entirely up to each individual if they want to bother with the G-force or whether they want to look at the stats. I enjoyed it. I think that's a great layout, and to theme it to a Wasp's Nest is a really good idea. I think that works really well. Yeah, really do enjoy that. Got a path going along here. Where does this lead to? Oh, is this leading back to the monorail station? It is indeed. So there was a path along the back, but I didn't miss anything, so that's alright. So we'll go back out of here. So that is the coasters there. And then if we come down to the front of the Eden restaurant, whoa, we've got a stage. We've got some club music, yeah. And we've got the mascot. I love that. I love that the mascot's on the stage performing. Can't click on him. Planet Flip Cam, there we are. Some of you may know on YouTube. I'm still yet to find me. I'm intrigued to see where I am. But yeah, we got some really funky vibes going off there. My controller is vibrating like mad in my hand. So here's a nice little flat ride that based on the grass. You know, because you don't actually see the any of the fencing around there because of the way he's joined it onto a natural path there. I think that looks really good. And then we have Haystack, which is in the middle of all these trees, and they're sliding round a haystack. It's such a unique theme. A farmyard theme is a very different theme, but it's really, it's a really nice idea. These flat rides, by the way, are fantastic to put themes to. This one in particular, because you can just put anything in the middle there, and they'll go around it. So yeah, if you are trying to theme a flat ride, definitely would recommend looking at that. We've got some more vehicles there. Some the farm idea. I mean, you zoom out there, the farm idea looks fantastic. It really does. And if we go down the side, so we've seen this bit. I don't see what's down this path here. Where does this take me? Nothing on there. More staff only. Where does this go? Is this monorail station again? Yep, another monorail station. So here's a more staff only section, which appears to be what, a road into the. Oh wow, this is a full-on backstage area. I mean, them like porta cabins there just look really, really realistic there. They look genuinely like porta cabins. I didn't know you could build something that looks just like that. That is really nice. I like that. This is all backstage, and it just looks brilliant. Even got a security barrier with a security man in there. Just got a completely open farm here. A farmhouse. A barn. No animals in there though. Got a little horse training or equestrian area. Hey, but I mean, look the time spent making these areas on the outside, and it looks fantastic. They do really look genuine. You can see exactly what he's gone for, and because obviously the park is built in a fictional town, that's the reason he's done it. Vehicles, these are like staff vehicles parked on the edge of the park, I imagine. Oh no, they're not, are they? They're for the fishing. That's the fishing he mentioned in the description. So you can come down here and sit on the jetty and do some fishing. Really nice, so just a really nice idea that is. And you look how much room that takes up for something that the guests aren't going to see, but as a user, it's something to enjoy, to look at, and to just say, look how realistic it looks. So we'll head back into the park after looking at that. There's the flat rides, and we want to go down here to Ole McDonald. Again, nicely themed sort of barn. And we are on a car track ride. So Ole McDonald. I don't need to show you the results of that because it's Ole McDonald's car ride. And there we go. That is Ole McDonald. Really, I really do like the theme around there. And the the plants and the trees and the water effects and stuff go off really well together. Kind of sticking with the farm theme. It'd be really nice if Planet Coaster at one stage could release some like animals into the game, or even just some animatronics. I mean, I'm not asking them to put an entire zoo in the game. They've got a separate game called Planet Zoo for that. But just some animatronics there, so you could have some animals that you could see around Old McDonald's farm there. I think that'd be really nice, because I know there's like hippos and snakes at the minute, but you don't really get hippos and snakes on a farm. So yeah, really like that. And I like the use of the natural path around here as well for it. Got another flat ride there on the farm, and then we've got this. So we've got the fencing going around the edge of the park, and we are back at the monorail station at the entrance. Now, I believe I have covered everything in that park there, and I don't want to miss anything. We've been to that farmer's house. I don't want to miss out anything, because you can see the size of it. It is such a big and detailed park. You could spend ages looking in that. But it's just really nicely done. The attention to detail was fantastic. In terms of looking at how things can be done just that slightly more realistic. One of the things I like most was this little sign here. Rather than just having a sign that says sawmill, putting that in there and doing that as a little design, it's just those little things make parts of your park stand out. So yeah, when you're building it, it's certainly something to think about, is doing this sort of stuff with signage that Matty's done here. Now, before I go, I wanna find where I am. So where are we? Staff. All staff, right. Let's go down. Where am I? Where am I? Tommy CM, wandering. I'm a janitor. There I am. Wandering about. And the best thing is, that's how lazy I am. I'm a janitor and I'm not even inside the park. I'm in the car park. I've got no bins to clear. I've got no benches to clean. I've got the best janitor there in the world. He just gets to walk around the car park, swinging his bush around. Brilliant. Love that. What a nice way to end. So yeah, that is Eden Gardens. As I say, that is a PS5 park, so you will only be able to download that if you do have a PS5. I will leave the details in the description below if you do want to have a look at it. But yeah, if you did enjoy that, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And I shall see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.